12 pregnancy signs you are carrying a baby boy. You might have heard a lot of myths and stories about how midwives and grandmothers recognized the signs of a woman carrying a baby long before the woman knew it. Sounds easy, right? Well, what about knowing the sex of your unborn child right from the first 2 months? If this has been a question of yours, even before you became pregnant, then you're in luck. This video has all the answers to your questions. Ensure you watch to the end because the signs will get increasingly more specific. After all, any information you get here might just be that edge that helps you know what color of socks you have to buy and what color to paint the baby's room. But note that many of these signs are not scientifically proven. Nevertheless, there is always the thrill of guessing right before your scans. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to be wowed by these 12 baby boy pregnancy signs you most likely have never heard. First, your urine is a dull yellow. Sounds so unbelievable, right? Well, it is what it is. Wives and midwives of old have mentioned a thing or two about confirming the baby's sex through the color of the mother's urine. It is reported that a lighter hue of yellow in your urine could mean that you're carrying a girl, and a darker hue of the same color, well, urine is only yellow anyway, means you will have a boy after 7 to 9 months. However, there is no direct scientific proof to confirm this theory. After all, a person who drinks more water can have a lighter hue and vice versa. Another way to know is to pour Drano. Yes, the liquid cleaner on the urine. You might be carrying a baby boy if it turns black, brown, green, or blue. Second, you're only gaining weight around your belly. One of the obvious signs of pregnancy, which you are surely now familiar with, is an increase in weight as the baby bump gets bigger. It could be drastic or not, depending on your genes, but you will surely go through some weight gains, and it will be very noticeable to all and sundry. However, there are many signs. If anyone, say your husband or your work colleagues, assuming you are at work for a while with the noticeable baby bump, looks at you from behind and cannot tell if you have gained weight except around the belly, then it might point to the fact that you are pregnant with a boy. So you might be carrying a girl if you have excess weight around the hips and waist. Third, your morning sickness isn't that bad. Morning sickness is another constant sign of pregnancy, and its degree could point to the sex of the baby. For some, morning sickness can be severe, making women think of the cause as actual sickness rather than pregnancy symptoms. The more severe your morning sickness is, the higher the probability of your baby being a girl. This also goes the other way. The lesser the severity of your morning sickness, the higher the chance of having a boy. The simple reason for this? Hormone levels. Girl fetuses cause an increase in body hormone levels. So, if you are having less trouble with morning sickness as you read this article, it is time to paint your nursery cool blue. You should also note that science has shown that female fetuses are associated with more vomiting, especially during the first 3 months. Fourth, your baby's heart rate is low. You know that cliché of a husband putting his ear close to his wife's belly to hear their baby's heartbeat? Well, that cannot happen until around 8 to 10 weeks after conception. Furthermore, this can also be a way to know your baby's sex. If your husband can count higher than 140 beats per minute when he puts his ear to your belly, then your fetus is a girl. If he counts a lower number, your fetus might be a boy. Nevertheless, as scientific as it sounds, it does not have any scientific research or truth to back it up. Fifth, you're carrying low. Carrying low? What does that even mean? Well, if your baby bump is pointed downwards towards the ground, it means you are carrying low. Any variation from that means you are carrying high if that is a thing. This is because it is primarily believed that male fetuses are positioned closer to the pelvis. This causes them to angle downwards rather than horizontally. One advantage of carrying low is that you don't get indigestion as other pregnant women do. That's a plus for your baby boy, so be thankful to John when he joins you on this side. Sixth, hair growth. This is another example of fluctuating hormone levels. Your hair growth or the absence of it can help you figure out your baby's sex. Your boy is on the way if your hair grows well and fast during pregnancy, appearing with uncommon shine and luster. If your hair does a number on you, coming out slowly and making you wear any headgear to appear presentable in public, you might be having a girl. This also works for leg hair and skin, but the latter will be explained in the next point. There is no evidence or research to back this up anyway, So it could simply be hormones or not. If you're learning a lot and enjoying this video content, kindly give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Now, the next pregnancy sign is also caused by darned hormone levels. 7th, your skin is clear and glowing. Let me guess, your face is riddled with acne and pimple spots as you watch this video? Or is it the complete opposite? Well, that might give you insight into what gender you carry in your magnificent womb. Clear and glowing skin is a pointer to a male baby, and a lot of pimples might point to a female fetus. Furthermore, this skin issue is not just a face thing, but a skin thing. So if you are carrying a baby girl, expect a lot of acne on your body. Yes, your whole body. If you're interested in the science aspect, then know that glowing skin can simply be an effect of extra blood flow and volume, which is also a direct result of pregnancy. 8. You're craving salty and savory foods. You must have heard stories of pregnant women having crazy food cravings, and you are probably getting some whiffs here and there yourself. So if you feel like some sweet meals like ice cream and sweets, you have a girl in your womb. If you are hankering for salty and protein foods like pretzels, meat, and potato chips, it might just be a boy. Here's the scientific background of this sign. There is no background. No research backs this up, so all this is just for guessing and luck. Do not take too much of any though, unless it is healthy for you and the baby. 9. Breast size. You would think your breasts would get scot-free, but since they are a significant part of feeding your baby, they cannot be left out of the party. As your body is, literally, trying to prepare to house 2 people at once, the breasts will need to start milk production. Pregnancy is the only occurrence that facilitates it. Hormones again. One interesting fact is that one breast gets bigger than the other at this time, again, as you have noticed. Here is where it gets interesting. If your right breast is bigger than your left, you have a boy as a partner for the next number of months. If it is the other way around, then it is a girl. There is practically no scientific evidence for this, and the difference in breast size can be so imperceptible that only you can notice it. 10. Your hands are dry. Yes, dry hands also indicate that your baby is a boy. If you have dry hands or palms, even after using the best moisturizer in town, then you have a baby boy. Soft and well-moisturized hands signify the presence of a girl in your womb. So, which hands you got? Also, note that this is one of the changes that happen during pregnancy. So if you are not experiencing it yet, getting moisturizer ahead of time might be a good move. 11. Your feet are always cold. The penultimate sign to know if you are carrying a boy is that your feet are always cold to touch. Now, this might be a common occurrence for you before you get pregnant, but that only means it will intensify during pregnancy. If you still feel cold in your feet after you cover them, you should get some blue socks for your baby. Weirdly, it is not just the feet. You can get the same feeling in your hands too. Whichever happens, know you're in for a bit of a rough ride raising a male. 12 personality changes. We decided to save the best for last as a reward for watching this video right to the end. If this sounds like you, well, you know what to do. There is a general idea that your personality can directly affect the unborn baby. If you have a bold, controlling, and confident character, you're likely pregnant with a boy rather than a girl. There is definitely no proof that lends credence to this theory anyway, but isn't it nice to see the sex of your child determined by your character? Ensure you check it out today. So there you have it, 12 pregnancy signs that you are carrying a baby boy. While there are many other signs, such as sleeping position, increased hair on legs, and more headaches than usual, the ones listed in this video are sure to keep you informed and prepared for any developments that may arise. Let us know of any other signs you are aware of in the comment section, and if you learned something new here, also give us a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers! Now check out these videos.